In today's video, we get Richard's Jag this close to being finished. Welcome back to Project Jag. Since you guys last saw this Jag, a lot of work has been going on behind the scenes at the Smallest Cog. Andrew, you've been cracking on with the main issue that we found, which was the rust. What have you done on this car?
I've had to cut the bottom of the wing off.
Yes.
It's probably best if we take it up in the air a bit and I can show you.
Yep. Okay, so before we get to the real disaster zone, there was some stuff at the front that you've done as well.
Start at the front. The bumper's been off. I think you and Isaac took that off, didn't you?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
So I've stripped all the bumper down, got rid of all the chips, the cracks and all the scratches. Cleaned the lights up. I found that there's got a chip in there, so we've ordered a new light for it.
Okay.
So that spoils it. So that's done. The grill's done. That's back on. We've done the light surrounds because they were all peppered, remember?
Yes.
They're the best of it.
Yes.
They're the best bit.
The last time we saw this bit in here, there was a massive rust hole, and that looks pretty damn good now. What's happened to you?
Right. First of all, there was also a big rust blister there.
Interesting.
So when we ground it down, there was all pinholes in it, so you could see through it. So I've had to cut a big segment of the wing out, make a new piece and weld that in.
Okay.
Getting onto the inside piece, we had to cut it right back out, take all the carpets out.
How bad was it? Was it pretty serious?
To be fair, it's quite a good car. It could have been a lot worse. There was wiring inside there and everything. We moved out of the way, cut the rusted area out, which was part of the floor pan, down to the jacking point, the inner wing.
That's MOT failure all
and
over
went all the way up to the top in there.
Okay, yeah,
So,
I can see that.
Yeah, so it's all been cut out. I've made a panel to go in there, and also the inner sill was completely
that was that
gone.
gummy rubbish that was in there.
What somebody done, they got some filler and a piece of tin, and they'd sort of glued it on with filler.
What is that doing?
Well, it's called bodging, just to get rid of it. So because to be fair, to do it properly, you got to take the trim out, the wiring out, which we had to do, just to weld it. I had Isaac sat in there on fire watch, just in case anything caught, but we were all right, it was all good. But nice and sealed now. I think Richard was moaning the carpets were getting wet, it's no wonder. I'm surprised he didn't put his foot through there, to be fair.
It looks amazing, I must admit. Is there something quite satisfying about sorting out something that's been that badly bodged?
It can be scary because once you start pulling those plates away, you don't know how far it's going to go.
Yeah.
We could have got to there and the jacking point could have fell off, couldn't it? And then it could have escalated along to the inner sill. But I'll take the ramp up again, we'll have a little look underneath and I'll explain to you how good the car is, really.
Yeah. So one of the main directives from Richard is he wanted the underside to look as good as everything on top, and this is looking pretty damn good now.
It's looking better, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's all the back suspension's been out.
Yeah.
I think you and Isaac took that out, didn't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
at great expense to our mental health, but we got it out in the end.
The thing is, you couldn't do nothing with it in there. It all had to come out and be stripped completely.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
So all the individual parts could be painted and new bushes and whatnot. If you tried to just tidy it up, it would never be done right with it.
Yeah.
But we took that out, and then it was my job to do the welding, and I had to stop it from rusting, which is quite a mission on one of these.
Did you find anything really bad, or just general crust?
To be fair, I was amazed because if you look inside the inner sills, you can still see all the original spot welds.
Yeah.
And there's no bulging or blistering and whatnot. There was a little bit down the front which I had to plate, which was part of that foot pan.
Part of the mess, yeah.
So that was all done. And then Isaac's done all this, put it back together, and I think it looks great. The time we got a new exhaust on it, I think it'll look absolutely brilliant.
Yes, we have got an exhaust coming later today, which is stainless steel, and it will really set this underside off.
Yeah, it will look good.
Well, thank you, Andrew. So in terms of your further work on the car, it's pretty much polish and paint.
And there's just a few little bits around it I'm happy with. And we've got to do something with wheels.
Yes, yeah. That'll be my job.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, no, well done. It's looking awesome.
Yeah, it'll look good when it's finished, hopefully, spot on.
Isaac?
Yep.
You've been in charge of most of the mechanical stuff, and I remember the stress of getting that subframe out last time, but it's all looking amazing. Are you happy with how it's all looking?
So I went around the subframe, stripped it all completely.
Yeah.
I had the diff pan off. There's a little oil leak, so we all sealed all that. Refreshed the oil, got the subframe sandblasted and painted, so it's back in.
Yeah, it looks amazing, and I've just seen got some fresh brakes on it as well.
Yep, so Richard wanted the brake calipers painted, so we painted them black and we put new disc and pads on for him because there was a bit of brake vibration because I think they were just slightly warped, so it's better now, so ready to go.
Good. Well, I think a car of this age, it could do with a very good clean, especially inside. So shall we crack on with that?
Crack on with the cleaning.
Our sponsor for all of Richard's XJR stuff has been Liqui Moly, and it just so happens they've come out with a whole bunch of cleaning and car care products, which is perfect for today's video. There's so much leather in that Jag that I think where I'm going to start is the leather care product. This stuff will keep the leather nice and soft and stops it from going hard and brittle like the leather seats in my XKR. If someone had come up to 14-year-old Mike and said that in 14 years' time you would be feeding the leather seats on Richard Hammond's Jaguar XJR, he would have told that someone where to go. But here I am. It's a bit crazy, really. That's enough of that. Now on to their general interior cleaner. It's quite amazing just how diverse the Liqui Moly car care range is. I've been using their general car interior cleaner for most of it, but they've also got a specific dashboard cleaner. So I'm going to clean the dashboard. The next thing worth detailing is the engine bay. Who doesn't want to clean a supercharged V8 engine? But I think I've just heard Richard arrive, so let's get him in, get his thoughts on the project so far, and get him stuck in.
Nothing more on my mind. I got two shines, so every day I grind. Work in the morning, work in the evening. We's a cheap.
You all right?
Hello. Your Jag's looking quite good now.
It's looking great. I'm really excited.
Yeah, your guys are really
exactly what I
cracked on.
wanted to see happen to it. Yes.
What are your plans with it once it's done, once you've got it back?
What to do with it?
Yeah, what are you actually going to use this car for?
Well, I thought I'd drive around in it. It's a car, and the whole point of this is, it kind of is a classic now, but it's totally usable and
Yeah.
completely cool while I'm doing that. So yeah, I mean, it's why I bought it the first time round. I'd turn up anywhere in this car. Anybody who goes, ooh, I don't want to talk to.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
Well, one of the things that needs done is a detail of the engine bay. Do you fancy getting your hands dirty?
Also, really get into grips, and because that will make
stuck in there.
things like this. It'll make a heck of
Yeah,
a
yeah.
difference. Yes, that will really lift it. No, you can do it. Boring. I'll get all muddy. You know, you'll enjoy it. Knock yourself out. You've got everything you need. Satisfaction at the end of the job.
Good.
Me, like that.
Good.
It's a win-win-win.
I'll just keep going.
Yeah, I'll have coffee and do like a meeting.
Richard's a great boss.
You're good at that.
It's become a bit of a ritual whenever we have an exhaust off a car that we start it up and move it. Hit it, Isaac. That might sound even better than the XKR. Richard has just popped away for some lunch, but in the meantime, we're going to crack out the secret weapon. Good lunch, Richard?
Yeah, not long enough. Mate, I'm chuffed.
It doesn't do bad, does it?
Thing is, bit of silver on there, bit of jewellery in the middle. It just, yes.
Yes. This was fabricated by the guys that are sorting my XKR, Swallows Racing, these guys.
Right.
And yeah, they're pretty
Your
nifty.
XKR's not going to be as good as mine, though. I need to call them because...
It is looking nice under here, to be fair.
Yeah, that is smart. We haven't gone berserk, but there's enough to make it... I like a car that you want to park on top of a mirror sometimes. This is nice.
It does look really solid.
Yeah.
All the crustiness is gone.
And there is something about looking under a car, see the rear subframe as well,
Yeah.
and knowing that it's not a rusty horror underneath. Right, so there is only one thing to do. Begin it, start it. Let's have a listen, because this is, with this bigger bore, and it's got sports caps on it, hasn't it?
It does.
This is going to flow like I don't know what.
Oh yeah.
And I'm anticipating slightly lower level, burbly with a bit of a growl.
Absolutely.
Fire it up.
I'm afraid we're missing a couple of lambda sensors. We need to get brand new ones because they sheared off from earlier.
So we haven't got, the sensors.
Yeah,
I see,
yeah.
they snapped off in the old ones.
Yes, so we've not got new ones to go in.
That's not an uncommon thing to have happen, is it? I mean, it's the sort of thing you might have seen coming.
I mean,
It's fairly
rusty
common.
old Jag.
That's not
yeah.
the first sensor in a cat that's...
See, if you'd bought your Jag from Japan and got it imported, like a very smart Scotsman, you wouldn't have had crusty bolts that would shear off. So there's the lesson. Don't buy British cars, buy Japanese British cars.
Even though mine's the better car. It just is the better car.
Well,
It's
we
not a 4-seater,
will
it's-
see about that.
Please get it done, I want to hear it.
Yep, soon.
Right, I'll go for another lunch.
With that, this car is looking pretty damn good now. Apart from a wheel refurbishment, a couple of lambda sensors and new tyres all round, this Jag is pretty much where Richard wants it. So, the gauntlet has been laid. Can myself and Swallows make our XK as nice as this XJ? We'll just need to wait and see. A massive thank you to Liquid Moly for sponsoring today's video, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. I've been Mike, and don't forget to subscribe to DriveTribe, and I'll see you in the next episode of Project Jag.